Hey, Larry the Tractor Guy. Hey, it's August the 8th. Man, a beautiful morning out this morning. We're going to be going out to the shop and getting a 800R floater spreader going, a brand new one. We're going to take it out to the field and spread a little lime this morning. There's a picture of my old hot rod. I want to show you this real quick. I've got an old 4020 here that we're doing a full-blown restoration on. Pretty cool tractor of a friend of mine, and I've got it stripped down pretty far there, fixing a lot of leaks and getting it ready to paint. It's going to be a fun project. We're about ready to do some sandblasting and get this in the barn and get a nice coat of paint on this chassis, and then start on all the hood and the shields and get that going. But stay tuned. We're going to be out in the field here in just a little bit looking at this floater spreader. Here is the 800R floater spreader that we're taking to the field this morning, that the local co-op here just purchased. It has a DS35 dry spreader box on it. Okay, it's got new leader technology. John Deere has partnered up with new leader on these dry spreaders, and it's pretty neat, pretty cool feature on here. It's pretty cool software in the display, pretty user friendly, easy to set up. We'll get up in the cab here in a minute and show you some of those features, but really cool machine. Looking forward to getting this thing in the field and putting it to work. Just a quick overview real quick. So this is the new leader technology that runs the dry spreader part of the machine. Looking at this, we've got a rate set up here of 384 pounds per acre. That's probably not what we're going to do this morning on lime, because we don't have it calibrated yet. These are your spreaders here, and then of course it shows your hopper here for your commodity tank. Okay, and then it shows a little arrow there for your belt where it's feeding product out onto that spreader. Looks like we can spread about an 80 foot swath there of spread. Okay, pretty cool features in there. Of course, this is your toolbox, and we can do quite a bit of stuff within that toolbox of calibrating and testing and those kind of things. This is your main run tab here, and so that takes us right back to our main screen. Our main screen on our dry spreader, we're probably going to run on this screen that shows our auto track and our mapping in our field, and then also shows the status of our spreader and our spinners. And then we have another page here set up for auto track, and then right back to our new leader technology software for our dry spreader. I'm looking forward to today. It's going to be a super fun day going out and spreading lime with this machine. And so we're about to take it over to the customer and go ahead and load some lime in the tank and do a calibration. So stay tuned, and when we get to the field, we'll look at it again. It's really a cool machine. It has a 9-liter engine in it, also running an IVT transmission. Okay, and man, it's a lot of fun to drive. It's like driving a monster truck down the road. So we're going to enjoy it today. We're going to have a good time, so stay tuned. We've got the machine on the scale right now, and we're going to go ahead and get a weight on that machine before we calibrate. So there's the total weight of the machine now. And so now we're going to add product. We're loading product now into the bin so that we can do a quick calibration. So we're loading about 1,600 pounds on here now. And that's going to be a fertilizer they call urea blend. And we'll use that to do our calibration. And now we're doing a density test. Right on the top of that little can there up. Wipe it off, okay, and then he's going to use his knife blade there to check his density. Okay, it's just like a scale. Here we go.
That's pretty good. 2, 4, 6, 8. I'm getting a ring of 44. Because based on two pound intervals.
So we're at 44. So now we're going to head back to the scale and get a weight on the machine with the product, and then we're going to dispense the product off using the electronics on the display in the machine to get us a true cal number for the machine. There's our weight right there. We're about to go ahead and get ready to start a calibration here after we loaded product.
Go to your gear settings, the conveyor, put in a 0.2015, select route, so turn on your hydraulics on the monitor, down, next one over.
Okay, well it says hydraulics.
Yep, that's on, but our spinners are off. We got the spinners unplugged, the PWM valve.
Tell me of our spinners.
That'd be your spinner button, so leave it off. And we got the valves unplugged for safety.
Alright, good.
And then hit the green check mark. So we're set at a 2-inch gate.
Right.
Did you get a density?
Yes, 44.
Okay. And then we're gonna dump out 800. So put 800 in there.
There we go, 44 with an 800.
And hit the blue button. And hit the check mark. We want to idle up to 1800. Is it in?
Yep. That center one up. Yep. Just keep bumping it. Here you go.
Everything's set.
Yep. So we idle that up to make sure we got good hydraulic flow.
Gotcha.
And then you're going to hit the play button on the, hit that.
We just hit the play button on the calibration, and as you can see, it's metering product right now. Okay. Show you what that looks like back here. So we're metering out about 800 pounds into that bucket on that skidder over there. See the product coming out of the back of the machine here. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and weigh that, and what we're trying to do is get the right pounds per acre by calibrating the machine. Okay, to make sure that we have the right amount coming out, and that our encoder on our belt, the sensor, speed sensor so to speak, on our belt is reading the right speed, and then also the belt running the right speed. And as you can see, it's still running here. And it's giving us a weight as the belt's turning, okay? And that's all depicted by what that encoder is reading on that feed belt. So basically what we're doing here is trying to get a true calibration so that the machine puts out the exact amount of product in the field when we're speaking about pounds per acre. Just stopped right at 800 pounds, okay? That's what we told it that we wanted to collect. So we're about to get a new total weight after dispensing 800 pounds of product during the calibration process. Okay, so I'm going to stand out here outside the scales, show you that weight. Okay guys, so we came out with 1,080 pounds. 180 in the display here during our calibration process, and then we'll run another calibration after we got a true number there. We had to throttle it up to 1,800, get good hydraulic flow. We've got us a good cal number now to start out with, so we're going to start the calibration process again. Okay, we just hit play. Now we're dispensing product again. So this is the encoder sensor that's reading the speed of that feed belt. Okay, and that is actually what we're trying to get a true cal number on, so that we can come out with the right weight that we're wanting to get, so that we come out with the right pounds per acre after we calibrate the machine. So we got a calibration done here. We calibrated it a couple of times, and we finally got a good true cal number of a 0.2110. Okay, and that's the cal number for that encoder on the back of that belt, the sensor on the back of that belt. And so that will control the speed of that feed belt during operation. Okay, so we're about to go out to the field, and I think we've got, how much product do we have on, Cody?
About 300.
We've got about 300 pounds on here, and we're going to go out to the field and do a pan test. Okay, that'll be a pretty interesting to look at on the video, so we're about to do that, so stay tuned. Found lots of goat heads.
Yeah.
I hope I don't carry them home with me, because I've been fighting them at home. Let's check it out. So we're getting ready to do what they call a pan test. And so we're going to get measured off here and get ready for that. And as soon as the spreader gets here in a little bit, we're going to lay down a little fertilizer here to do a catch test, and we'll show you what that looks like. So we're set up to do a pan test, okay? And we've got some pans laid out here, okay? So you can see how we've got a rope across the field here, and we got that right out about an 80 foot swath, I believe. Okay, and so we're going to turn the machine on and basically drive the machine across these pans, okay, at about 10 miles an hour. Okay, and then after we drive it across the pans at 10 miles an hour, of course, then we will weigh the product that it catches in these pans. So part of the test here is to make sure that we're putting the same amount of product out all the way across what the spinner will spread that product out at, okay, which is an 80 foot swath. So they're getting the machine ready to go now, and they're going to hit that at about 10 miles an hour. So here we go, we're going to drive across those pans at about 10 miles an hour. So you can see our product being dispensed.
Where my thumbs are at, we set the machine at 80 feet and we spread 80 feet and we're level across it. When we taper it off here at the end so we make another pass, this will be all filled in. I'll do a next pass, we'll do a double pass. I'll go through and then we'll make a side pass and we'll pick them up and it should be leveled out. And that's how you get your overlap and make sure you're not streaking on the overlaps. Spindle fan frame is set at 3 3/4. If it was wavy, we would go in there and adjust our fan frame or adjust our spinner speed. Our spinner speed set at 700, and we put a 200-pound rate out.
Now we're making our second pass, okay, and we're going to make that second pass just on the other side of the pans, because the pans are actually set up for 120 feet, okay, and so it's an 80 foot swath, okay, and as you've seen in the catch test that we just performed, that from 80 to 80 it was about the same amount of product being dispensed in the catch gauge that we put the product in. Now we're going to make a pass next to that, and we should fill those extra pans out where our overlap is set. Okay, so on the ends where we had more pans, we should fill those pans now.
Where the funnel's at our 80 foot swath.
Okay.
That'd be our next pass.
All right, so it's pretty well overlapping just about where it needs to be then.
Yep.
Okay, that's pretty interesting on a pan test, guys, where it made the overlap here at our 80 foot mark here, and you can see the tubes are consistently about the same amount of product in these tubes. We're getting ready to load some lime on the machine now. We got a little bit of lime loaded, pretty high hopper here for the 7810 with the loader, but I think we'll be able to get it done. And we do have this set up on a variable rate for this field, which will be pretty interesting to see when we get in the field and start running the machine. And as you can see on the display there real quick, we've got it set up for ag lime, okay, and then also you can kind of see the grid map there, so to speak, for the variable rate, okay. And so this field has a prescription built for it, okay, and so it's going to vary that rate automatically, okay, when we start spreading lime on this field. We're putting this lime down on about a 40 foot swath. Okay, so we've got our track spacing set up for 40 feet, and actually it's basically an 80 foot swath on this spreader, but on lime we'll do that on a 40 foot because it's lime and it cakes and it has a little bit of a trouble of making that aggressive or that long of a swath. Okay, so we've turned it down to 40 foot, does a really good job on that 40 foot, making good coverage on 40 foot. And what's really interesting is as soon as you set your boom width or your spread width up, it automatically changes your auto track spacing as well, okay, which is pretty cool feature. we're going to get started here and show you what that looks like here in a minute. Hey guys, we had really good luck with the 800R floater spreader out in the field. Done a really good job of doing a variable rate subscription on a product called Lime. It done really well, and we're pretty satisfied with the job that it did. And so hope you enjoyed the video, and got more videos to come, so stay tuned. Appreciate you guys watching. Larry the Tractor Guy signing out. Hey guys, check out Larry the Tractor Guy videos here, other videos here, subscribe here, and buy all your John Deere parts here.
We'll make it work. I think
We're gonna have to make it
we'll make it work. Come on, let's go.
We need to make
You need some food.
Y'all already
gotta have
burning me out.
Some bloopers.
He's sitting in the sun over here, man.